What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentator Frito, Madden 20. We've all seen the news that's came out. Wanted to kind of go through, before you buy it, some things to consider if you're interested in QB1. First of all, not every year provides the same dynamic of who is best in a way we saw with Andrew Luck, RG3, Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf in terms of quarterbacks. Every year is not going to provide the Russell Wilson experience where someone seemingly comes out of nowhere and becomes a top quarterback. And I feel like that's what a lot of people want in a deep experience in terms of investing their time into a Madden franchise. Even look at this year. Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins. There's only 3 quarterbacks taken in the first round. And a lot of people, when they want that simulation football experience, they want to be that top prospect. This right here shows you how limiting this is going to be. You create your quarterback, you choose your college, you dominate 2 playoff games, you impress the scouts, and we'll talk about the second part of this in just a moment. But in this conversation, where do you stand with these other players? How are you going to be a good judge of your teammates in 2 games? How are you going to want that chemistry, say, a wide receiver, tight end, running back would bring you in college? And is it even likely that those players are going to go through with you the same way maybe you would see Kobe Fleener and Andrew Luck later on? I think more often than not, those situations don't happen where teams draft multiple players from college together for that reason. And would you even remember those players following a full season when you only played 2 games? Aside from that, very few times do quarterbacks even get taken 4 times or more in the first round. And if this isn't all about the first round, how are we creating these stories and creating that depth? Very seldom do you have a draft day story become a quarterback taken around 1 versus a quarterback taken around 3. It's the same draft class competition that creates those storylines. The desire for you to want to play, to go out and better those other quarterbacks that were taken out of your same draft. And I'm sorry, when you look at the numbers, 10 college teams, 32 NFL teams, that's only 320 scenarios. I know it sounds like a lot when you're playing yourself, but that means once 1,000 people played that game, it's very unlikely that you are going to have a unique experience. And that's the biggest issue Madden has, is creating unique and engaging experiences. And not only that, when they don't do that, we're so critical of them. Look at Longshot, which basically allowed us to all play the same storyline and all the criticisms it was got and received. Why would they continue to push that same segmented football into other aspects of the game when they know that's not what we're asking for? Look at NFL history. It dictates this would not be a successful way to lay out a football game. Not every draft is going to be the 99 draft of Couch, McNabb, Smith, Culpepper, McNown, or the 2011 draft of Newton, Locker, Gabbert, Ponder. The ones that create conversations, make an engaging experience. The 2004 draft, Manning, Rivers, Roethlisberger, Losman. The drafts that have had more than 6 quarterbacks, or between 4 and 6 quarterbacks taken are 59, 87, 03, 04, 11, 12, 99, 83, and you want Madden to bank on that. You want to buy into this game expecting that scenario every single year? That's absolutely absurd. Here's what I'm focused on. This is the last line of this article. At this point, you will start your typical franchise experience, but your quarterback will be unique to the face of the franchise. QB1 experience. It says right here, it's the typical franchise experience. It's nothing new aside from the front end. You're selling me something that's much more than is actually there. And what you're actually selling me in the actual game of NFL football does not happen all that frequently. And that's a tragedy for a new game mode. That's a big issue, in my opinion, as a sim gamer, because that's not what we asked for. And anyone that's happy that this is there, great. I'm glad you are. But it's so limiting, don't get upset when other people see it for what it truly is. And it's a half-hearted attempt to improve a game way too late into a console generation that we all know isn't going to be built upon the same way it should have been. If this was rolled out its first year onto consoles, great. At that point, though, we're probably looking at this time rolling out every position, not just quarterbacks. It's hard for me to think they're going to be able to build upon something when we all know engines are going to change going to the next generation of consoles. It's too late to build now. In the industry, that's known. And yet this is when Madden wants to roll out these revolutionary features. There's nothing revolutionary about this, in my opinion. And I think I've laid out the case as to why I feel that way. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. I will be back very shortly with more commentary.